Hello and welcome back to the Be the Hero channel. I'm Isabelle and I help you understand the stars so that you can feel more clarity and control over your day. Now, before I dive into this video covering an aspect that I did not expect to be so impactful, hit the link in the description below to book a self-revolution reading with me now, where we dive into your birth chart and so you can understand what your soul's purpose is, the best careers for you, relationships, and so much more. Whatever it is you are struggling with, whatever you want to learn about yourself, if you just want to dive deep into yourself, then book a reading with me in the link in the description below. We dive deep no matter what it is you want to go into. Now, I recently discovered an aspect in my chart, and before I dive into more of that spiel, let's back up a little. My mom, Robin, who shows up often here on Be the Hero channel, and more so recently, is let's say beginner astrologer. She's understood well, I've taught her well, but oftentimes she can misinterpret things. And one day she came in and was saying how, have you heard of the part of fortune? It sounds like this mind-blowing thing, it'll change your life. And me, with my ego, I was like, yes, I've heard of it, but I don't think it's that important. And then I started researching it, and I did not realize how important the part of fortune is. So in this video, I'm going to cover what it means to have your part of fortune in Virgo. And before we dive in, let's dive into what the part of fortune is specifically. The part of fortune is a mathematical aspect in your chart. It is calculated based off of your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. And it's really interesting, even more so, how exactly this works. So how your part of fortune is calculated is dependent on where the sun is, I believe, in your chart. If your sun is, if you're looking at a chart and you see that there's the ascendant and the seventh house, which are equivalent to west and east, or left and right on the chart, if your sun is below the ascendant line, then it is a night chart. But if your sun is above the ascendant, it is a day chart. So if your sun is in your first house, second house, third house, fourth house, fifth house, sixth, or seventh house, you have a night chart. And if your sun is in your 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, or 12th house, it's a day chart. And so taking that into account, I have, for example, night chart because my sun is below the horizon. It is in my 4th house. Yeah, 4th house. I remember my chart. And that means it's a night chart. So what you do, as far as I remember, is you take the sun's degree plus the moon's degree in what sign. So my sun is in Aries, my moon is in Cancer in specific degrees, and then you take that difference and then you minus your rising. So my rising is Sagittarius. It's a bit complicated. The point is that you are calculating +2, sun plus moon minus ascendant, or if you have a different chart, you would take sun minus sun plus ascendant minus moon, something like that. The point is, it's a calculation between the sun, moon, and rising, and it indicates where your fortune lies. So the part of fortune is literally where you can manifest abundance, receive financial abundance, and of all kinds. And this is very symbolic of it being related to the sun, moon, and rising because it's the middle point of these 3 very powerful parts of you. And by embracing this middle point, you can find abundance, because oftentimes we get caught up in being so much our sun sign, or so much our moon sign, or so much our rising, so much caught up in our appearance, our ego, or our emotions. And so the part of fortune literally represents this middle point where we can detach from our emotions, detach from our ego, and detach from our identity so that we can manifest abundance. So for me, my part of fortune is in Virgo, and that's what I'm going to break down in this video. Virgo is the 6th sign of the zodiac, and it is where we learn to serve others selflessly. It is where we ask ourselves, how can I give to people, and does giving to people make me more fulfilled? Virgo also doesn't necessarily serve people by giving empathy and emotions, but through tasks. They see that the best way to give to other people and love other people is through acts of service. Very much true to the acts of service love language. And Virgo finds that not only do they serve others best or love others best through serving them, but they also are very attentive to detail because of this. They are a earth sign and they are very focused on their material reality. So if you know a Virgo or if you have strong Virgo traits, you are shown, or it indicates strong detail orientation. I like to explain Virgo energies as, imagine you are in a forest and some people see the trees, some people hear the bees, some people are focused on the ground beneath their feet. Virgo is staring at a singular piece of bark and noticing every single detail on that one piece of bark. And this is a gift for them. While they may be small-minded at times, this is a gift, especially if this is your part of fortune. With your part of fortune in the sign of Virgo, you find that you can reap reward and manifest abundance through your detail-oriented nature. You have a knack for being analytical or a knack for paying attention to the little things. You can do tasks very well. You see the details that need to be done in the tasks, and the more you use these abilities to selflessly serve others, the more you can manifest abundance. And I can attest to this with my own story because for so long I've been running this channel. And oftentimes whenever I've had a video go viral or I've gotten great monetary reward through birth chart readings from it, it's because people say the same thing. I watched your videos on the North Node or some other aspect, fly, and they all say that the same thing, which is you explain things so simply and with so much detail that I had to book a reading with you to learn more. So there's that. And also, I've recently done more social media management work, and I was resistant to these at first, but the more I did it, the more I got extreme financial abundance from it, more than I could have ever imagined, for being able to use my detail-oriented nature to serve other businesses and create content for them on their Instagram. It plays literally to my part of fortune in Virgo strengths. So if you have a part of fortune in Virgo, financial abundance is waiting for you on the other side of detail-oriented selfless service. And this is where we take into account other areas of our chart as well, because not only does my part of fortune play a role in that, but the part of fortune is very important in aspect to other things. I have a part of fortune in Virgo, which means I'm detail-oriented, and I found also financial abundance through understanding that my Mars is in Gemini as well. So not only am I detail-oriented and very communicative, but I'm also have a knack for doing things, creating with my hands, and learning information and data. So taking that into account too, looking at the rest of your chart and figuring out how that plays an aspect to your part of fortune. And not only what sign your part of fortune is. So if you have a part of fortune in Virgo, you are going to manifest abundance and financial abundance and gain in the world the more you are service-oriented and detail-oriented. But you're also going to be able to manifest more abundance, not based off of the house that your part of fortune in Virgo is in. So as an example, I have my part of fortune in Virgo in my 9th house, which means, simply put, acts of selfless service in detail-oriented ways towards foreigners or to expand new ideas on philosophy. My YouTube channel, which is detail-oriented focused, helping you guys understand somewhat of a philosophy, which is astrology, so that you can live more in your purpose in detail-oriented ways. And also social media management. I'm dealing with foreign people all the time, people from all around the world. I work with people in California, in Utah, all these different places. And that's literally the epitome of my 9th house Virgo part of fortune. So look at the house your part of fortune is in as well. So you know you need to be service oriented, you know you need to be detail oriented, but where? If it's in your 4th house, deal with families. If it's in your 1st house, focus on yourself. If it's in your 10th house, focus on others and your own career and recognition. It depends. If it's Virgo, you're going to serve other people with this energy. So for 1st house, being service appearing service-oriented and helping others be more serviceable. If it's in your 7th house, serving others in relationships. You guys get the point. And if you want to learn more, hit the link in the description below to book a reading with me now, where we can dive deeper into your part of fortune and how you can manifest abundance based off of your specific part of fortune placement in Virgo, and also the rest of the aspects in your chart. So that is in the link in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Sincerely hope that you enjoyed this interpretation of the part of fortune. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and stay tuned for more videos breaking down the stars. Once again, my name's Isabelle, and from my heart to yours, namaste.